What's up, guys? We're out here at Spirit Halloween in Beachwood, Ohio. There's still plenty of new things for us to see in Spirit Halloween, so let's go inside and see what they got. All right, let's see who's greeting us today. That door's locked. Let's open this one. And I see the whole setup here, the nice ISE, the train. All right, and Jack and the Countess. Oh, look, Jack's already started.
I am Jack the Reaper.
He's gonna track us.
I make the skies turn.
Maybe have to back up a little bit.
Howl.
There he goes. Yes, he's going to track us. Some long quotes on him.
My bone-chilling grip cannot reach.
Jack the Reaper. He is $330. Here's the Crypt Countess. Let's get her started. There she goes. I love when they have her turned up nice and loud.
You don't even have time to scream.
That scream is my favorite. No running from the inevitable. Let's go into Madison Square Park, 31st Street. Let's say hello to Valak first. Hello, Valak. Good to see you. She looks so good. She's so cool. Look at the teeth in there. They did such a great job with that. We'll go over to those guys in a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't look at the Tombstone Rocker. There he is. Love the Tombstone Rocker. I'm definitely going to get at least one of them at some point. And there is the Egg Harbor Herald newspaper stand, which I actually want as well. And Headcase Harry's over here. Is he on the button? Yes, he is.
Suffocating tight. Knives and throats in dead of night.
Candy in one hand, knife in the other, the blood splatter.
And feel the sting and endless fright to satisfy our macabre delights.
I love that they have this guy turned up nice and loud. So far, everything has been. Here's Grandma.
Don't be
One of my favorites for 2025.
This is going to hurt much more than you.
I love that. Laughing. Look at that. She is so awesome. She is $230, not a bad price. Here is the Sinister Straw Man. He is a Mr. Dark reskin. Very popular reskin. I love that. I definitely want to get one of him or a Mr. Dark or something, and then make my own reskins for that. Redress it, put a mask on it. He is awesome. We'll go inside the ISE in just a minute here, but let's go around the corner and see who they have. There is Trick or Treat Pete. Hello, Pete. Some awesome music and his laughing and puking the candy into the bowl. Candy goes in his hat and comes out of his mouth. All right, here is the Mr. Owl. He is... where's his price? There it is, $250. Mr. Owl. All right, the Jumping Spider. Mr. Owl only just flaps his arms. He's trying to fight through the wings of Mr. Owl. Hold on, we gotta give him a pet. We can't forget to give Mr. Jumping Spider a little pet. Here is Fire Demon, and he is $310. Is he going to work? Maybe not. Oh no, he must be broken. That's odd. He's very cool though. Love his horns. And over here is Monkey Business, another one of my favorites for 2025. Is he going to work? I think this is his quiet quote where he whistles. Yes, there he goes. He's whistling. Monkey see.
Monkey.
I love that. He is so cool. I love the animatronics where they're holding something and then a character jumps out of it. Here is Backbend Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. Oh, she is so loud. Her speaker is like vibrating. Sounds distorted. She's a unique animatronic. I love that they have all these turned up nice and loud. Let's see if we can get Mr. Bullseye going here. This is probably the loudest I've heard him. My grandma can throw better than you. That is awesome. like you're throwing knives at him. Here's the ISE. We'll go inside and see who else is in here. But first, we'll get a nice good look at everything up here on the walls. I still want to see if they're selling the extra long live wires, but we haven't found any yet. And let's see if this is... Wait, what is this? Oh, the live wire started trying to shock us. They do have the hanging rat in here too. I love that. Let's see if this works. Yes. That is awesome. And the voltage meter and the speedometer is working. The telephone does have some quotes. Pick it up, press the button, and then you can hear stuff, but you can't hear it on the camera. That's okay. Behind us, we have all of our good friends in here. There's the sitting scarecrow. We'll sit down next to him here. And guys, a lot of people are saying they didn't know they could sit here. Yes, you can. You can sit. And when you stand up, scary sitting scarecrow will scream at you. He's already sitting up, though. He must be broken. All right, here is the electrified corpse. This guy came back from 2016, I think. He is awesome. Super easy to set up, too, because he's only like half a guy, and you hang him up here on a bar or something. He is great. Goes awesome with the live wires, but I wish he had some blue lights on him. And here is the mutant sewer rat for $230. Love his whiskers and all the wounds on his face. That is crazy. Long, creepy fingers with the sharp nails. Wounds on his hands, too. He is too funny. Alright, let's see what they have. I see the exit over here, so let's go on over there and see what animatronics they have. And they have tons of things here. This is a nice stock store. And let me point out that they did an amazing job with the ISE. You guys turned up all the animatronics nice and loud, which I love. Here is the exit to Madison Scare Park. Lots of animatronics here. Let's start over here. I see Fire Demon and Monkey Business. Two-Face Teddy, we still haven't seen him set up yet. That is crazy. Scary Sitting Scarecrow, Cerberus, more Cerberus, Sinister Straw Man. Oh no, his box got all beat up. Maybe he tried to escape. Jack the Reaper here. Ooh, they have a Headcase Harry. Bullseye, they have two of him. I see a couple of Gordos over here. More Headcase Harry. More Jack the Reaper. They have a Valak Nun here. I haven't been seeing that one too often on the floor for sale, but it's not too hard to find her. And then a bunch of these ghastly ghost girls on a swing and a fogging pumpkin pile. We're gonna start over here. And look at this. They have the ghost face cookie jars. I definitely want to get one of those. $35 is not a bad price, too. And they have the cutting boards. We saw these for the first time the other day. How awesome is that? $23. Here's the Nerd Gnomes ghost face. I hope we see some other character Nerd Gnomes. We'll look at the inflatables in a minute and the babies. But look, they have a bunch of sidesteppers. Here's a little ghosty, and he works. And there is Mr. Terrifier, Art the Clown. I love sidesteppers. We almost always see Gizmo and Chucky here. And look, they're both working too. And then Sam. We saw a lot of Sam last year. Everybody loves Sam. Oh, look, they have one of the Porch Buddy Sams here. I haven't seen that in so long. That is $50. I love it. I want to see more characters of the Porch Buddies. We usually see Ghostface and Sam. Hopefully we see Leatherface at some point, or maybe a Chucky. That would be cool. Are there any tied up Chuckies here? No, but they do have Glenn Doll and Glenda Doll. All of these are great collectibles that people love. They sell out pretty quick. Here's the Chucky talking and the Tiffany talking, and both of them work. She's louder than he is, though, for some reason. What do we got over here? Megan is here. They have one. Here's a Sam sitting doll I haven't seen in a long time. Good to see them again. $100. Annabelle, that's a popular one this year. Love the eyes on that one. Great quality collectibles. $100 each. Here's the horror babies. Art the Clown for $55. They have Chucky for $55. Michael Myers for $55. And they have Frankenstein. Is he the same? Yes, all these are $55. A bunch of the zombie babies are here. There's Clobber and Claude. I love that the stores are having a lot of the new zombie babies. They're staying very well stocked. There he goes, clobbering you with his skull rattle. And that one works really good. I've seen a few that are really slow. This one's doing it pretty fast. Here's the crawling baby. What is she, Crawling Claudette or something? There's her name thing. Yeah, Crawling Claudette. I love the sound she makes. That is so awesome. I'm so tempted to buy this one. Maybe if I find her during the sales, I'll have to get her. My daughter would probably love to have her. And look at that bib. That is so awesome. A face and some blood splatters. They did a great job with that one. Here's Scheming Sally. She was new last year for 2024. $50. Ghostly Gus is here. Another crawling baby. There's my favorite. Scary Strawberry with the glass in his strawberry ice cream and the black eyes. That is creepy. They have one of the bear's here. He's not too hard to find this year. $37, not too bad. The claws, the wounds, the teeth, the stitching. I'm really tempted to get that too. If they are this well stocked during the sales, I'll probably get him and her. And there's barbed wire up there. Sadistic Sadie, I want to see somebody set her up. 2 feet 11 inches tall. She has some quotes and turns her head. Creepy purple skin, that is awesome. She is $90, not bad. And there's some Grave Watchers hiding here. And there's Dagger Mike. I love that. I hope they continue to make animatronic versions of these guys. He screams just like his animatronic does. There's Pestilence Pete. He was popular last year. Red light up eyes, and he has quotes. And there's Eerie Emma. Look at that. I love her face and her blue eyes. Does she make sounds? Yes, she does. That is too cool. And the Butcher, I love that one. He makes sounds too, like he's swinging his little chopping knife. There's the Sinister Spirit Boy. He's new for 2025. He's like a greeter, 35 inches tall with black eyes. $47 is not bad at all. I think there's another new greeter that I'm keeping my eye out for, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the only one. Let's go to the inflatables. Animated cat pumpkins, $50. I love that the hands start going, and they have a ton of the hands here. This one is my favorite, but this one is a classic. They have a scarecrow archway here. I haven't seen that in forever. $140 for that. That would be great for corn maze. They have the snake, the hearses, cats, jack-o'-lanterns, wolves, and of course a bunch of the ghosts, and we're seeing a lot of the dual mask inflatables lately. And look at this, they have the gargoyle mister, 12 inches tall, purple lights, and mist comes out of his mouth for $50. Here's a couple of the flaming cauldrons. Those are pretty cool. That's how it looks, like a real flame. $60. My teacher used to have something like that back in middle school, and we would pretend to make marshmallows on it. Lots of our killer critter friends here. There's the pig. I love that you can see the bones. They do so good with these. $30 for him. Crows, I have a few of those. The seagulls, always a favorite, for $25. The dog Scabs, I believe. Yes, Scabs, for $25. And a ton of the cats. And they have the zombie raccoons, $30 a piece. Look at that. That is sick. Here's the emergency button activation switch right there. $35 a piece. Not too hard to find. And those are awesome. I definitely want to get one of those. I don't see any of the rocker mechanisms, but they do have swinging mechanisms here. Oh, look, here's one of the pigs with the apple in his mouth. I love that. $27. That would go great on your dinner table. We have to look at the masks. We're still looking for the new Jason ones. There's an E.T. mask. How cool. $20. That's not bad. And that's an awesome E.T. mask. There's the ice cream clown. That's always a favorite. $50. No Jason so far. This is wild. Ooh, there's the wicked scarecrow. You don't see that one every day, but I love that one. Scarecrows are awesome. And I love that that's like realistic hay coming out of him. Is this a new one? Stitched pig mask? That one's nose is stuck. Let me switch these out. There we go. Look at that. That is freaky. He almost looks like he's already been cooked because his skin is like orange. Stitched pig. That is creepy. $30. Not bad. And it goes all over the whole head. That is fantastic. Mesh on the eyes. I love that. Pretty sure that's new for 2025. Here's a regular pig mask. How much is that one? $30 too. Not bad. There they are next to each other. Here's the Sandman. That's a creepy half mask. $15. Not bad. Skeletal evil goat mask and the jaw moves. That one's awesome. $30. Not bad at all. Foam in there, so it's probably comfortable to wear, and a strap that goes around the back of your head. There's a Misfits mask. You don't see that one often. There he is. I think somebody asked me to find this last year, and I wasn't able to find it, but there it is. Misfits mask for $17 from Trick or Treat Studios. That's awesome. Here's one Jason mask, but that's not the new one. $17 for that. I missed this a minute ago. The candy corn pathway markers. I love those. Brand new for 2025. That one's not working. Will this one work? No? There we go. Snarling and it lights up. I love the faces. That is so awesome. Definitely gonna grab some of these at the end of the year. $35. Not too bad, and they have 3 here. We'll do a quick look at these. Looking for animatronic costumes. They do have the Nightcrawler here for $50. There's the Shadow Man. I think that is new. We saw it before. $60. Jack the Reaper is here for $45. Hugs the Clown for $45. And Crouchy for $70. I have a Crouchy costume. I did a review a couple years ago, but the suit didn't fit me, so it looks funny. Besides animatronic ones, they have some other awesome ones. There's the Plague Doctor. That was popular last year. $45. Here's the Shadow Reaper with light up eyes. $27. Not bad. And a similar one, Fade In and Out Phantom with eyes that fade in and out for $27. Their Five Nights at Freddy's section is nice and full here. A bunch of the Freddys, Glam Rock, and the regular Freddy. Regular's $35. Glam Rock is $45. Then there's Foxy for $35. $45. Montgomery Gator for $45. Inflatable Freddy, that's a new one, for $70. Bonnie's down here, $35. And there's no new ones, but I hope they get some new ones at some point. There's the inflatable piggyback ghost face. I love that one. $60. And there are more new ghost face masks we're looking for. We'll look at the other section in a minute and see if we can find some of those. In the meantime, Poppy Playtime Boxy Boo is here for $70. That one's kind of hard to find. And Huggy Wuggy, of course. He is $60. Killy Willy is here for $80, which is pretty pricey. Kissy Missy for $60. Or you can get these ones where your face is in the mouth, and that one's $40. Look at this. They have Godzilla and Kong for $60. Look at that. I love his beard. That is hilarious. I don't think I've been to a store that had both of them here. That is awesome. $70 for Godzilla, $60 for Kong. They do have Skibidi, $35 for Speaker Man, and $45 for inflatable Skibidi toilet. I only see a couple of the Digital Circus ones. There's Kane. He is $50, and Pomni for $50 as well. Over at the Fortnite section, I don't know if this is new, but the Brat, that is hilarious, for $40. I love that one. He looks kind of like me with the glasses and the hat. I'm wondering if we'll see any new Fortnite costumes this year, besides that one if it's new. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Lots of good ones here. There's Peely Bone. I like that one a lot too, for $50. Skull Drifter, that's a cool one with the purple eyes. That one is $70 doll hairs. And they have some Boogie Bombs here. There we go, it works. The Boogie Bomb is $15, not bad. And they have two different pickaxes here. Peely Pickaxe, that would go good with Fortnite Peely Bone. And Bash Burner. I like that one too, that is very cool. Oh, look at this. I thought this was marshmallows, but it's actually just little protective things on there. It'd be cool if it had marshmallows. Here's a Plankton costume over at the SpongeBob section. $37, that is too funny. Over at the Stitch section, there's Scrump for $30. I want to get that. Oh, it's a crossbody bag. That is awesome. You can open it up and put stuff in there. Scrump, how funny. We'll look at more costumes in a minute, but look at this. They have some awesome candy collectors. There's a cute little pumpkin for $15. There's a skull beneath it. I like that one a lot. That is cool. And these are plush. $15 as well. I like that a lot. Then they have Cookie Monster. My daughter would want that. Or Elmo. There's Cousin It. Some cats here. Those are awesome. The cat ones are $15 as well. Not bad. Ooh, there's like a cauldron with a bat on it, and it's shiny. Also $15. I like the cauldron. Right next to those, they have the Tubbs Minis, and there's so many of them here. There's Chucky, Leatherface, the guy from Saw, Freddy, Chica, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Pennywise. These are awesome. The hooded blankets. I'm definitely getting some of these at some point. Ghostface, I want that one. It glows in the dark, and you can put the hood over your face and wear it like a mask. $45. There's the Terrifier one. That is awesome. It has the Terrifier's face all over it. Does that one have a mask too? No, it doesn't. It would be cool if it did though. Here's a Patrick one. Awesome pumpkin skull hoodie. Look at that. That is cool. And there's Sam. And they have a Ouija board one. We saw this when we came in the doors. The pink ghost face. I love that. That is $30 with the heart eyes that are glittery. And the pink blood on the knife. That is too cool. And they have Pennywise here and Annabelle. They have the plush pumpkins here. I definitely want to get some of those. $27. And they have Gizmo. That one's kind of hard to find now. For $30. Not bad. And they have some of the good blankets here. Look at this one. The reversible pink ghost face. I want that one. And they have Five Nights at Freddy's. That's a good one. I actually have that one. And up here, they have the Ghostbusters blanket. I love the Ghostbusters. That's an awesome blanket. $27. Oh, look. And they have the Jason one. That one's really hard to find these days. They have a bunch of the stained glass things here. There's the ghost face. That's probably the favorite one. That one is $27. Hang it in the window and the sun lights it up. The ghost sun catcher. And I thought they had a ghost nightlight. They do somewhere, but not here right now. The heart, the bat, the moth. There's the pumpkin with a spider on it sun catcher. Bat sun catcher. They have a lot of cool ones. A rose with a spider on it. I actually really like those. Those are unique. What is this? A new sign. It's Art the Clown with little ducky things that you'd see at like a fair. He's got a target on his head. That is too cool. Does this light up? Yes, it does. You'll have to put some batteries in it though. That is awesome. Brand new for 2025. Let's hang it up and check the price. That is $40. Very cool. Look at this, an inflatable penguin costume. That is too funny. $60. And right here's the wavy arm guy inflatable. I love that one. $50. I would put the Spirit Halloween logo on that. I think this is a new gorilla costume. Look at his face. That is hilarious. $70. That's adult size. And they have the Yeti here and the deluxe gorilla. That one has a more realistic face for $100. And it's the same price for the Arctic Yeti. That's a cool one too. They have the Sandy costumes here for $60. That's hard to find. With the inflatable helmet. I love that. How awesome. Haven't seen that in a long time. But I would want to be Squidward. That's an inflatable costume for $70 as well. And we saw the child size, but here's the adult size, $55 for Plankton. And look who's here. We almost missed her. Young Hee. It's so easy to miss her because she's always hiding over here. Let's activate her. She is speaking Korean right now. There's her sensor, but there's a little dot on her chin. That might be where she senses your movement. She turns her head. Then she's gonna turn back around. She'll look at us. There we go. And I don't know what that means, but when it's in English, it'll tell you if you live or die. And they have plenty of the Squid Games costumes here. But wait, here's the Ghostface section. Are any of the new masks here? It doesn't look like it. They have the awesome Bling Slayer kit, What's Up spoof mask, the pink bedazzled mask, but I want to see the other colors. They do have other colors. And they have some other new masks that we're keeping an eye out for, but they don't have any of them here right now. This is the first store that we're seeing Stranger Things costumes finally. Scoops Ahoy for females for $50. We'll get some more out soon. And I tried to look for another Jason section, looking for the new mask, but we never found it. We are still on the hunt for those. There's the Chucky slippers. I have those and I love them. But I definitely want the Killer Clowns one with Shorty right there and his boxing gloves. Hold on, they have a ton of cool things up here. Before we go, we'll look at them. They have some of the horror babies here. There's Art the Clown. That's the one everybody's looking for. And they have one here and a Leatherface. That's the one I want. Ghostface, Sam, Michael Myers. They have a bunch of the Solar bobbleheads, including Pennywise. They have one of him and a bunch of Jason. My favorite one. But looky here, we have some more of the ducks. There's Billy the Puppet from Saw. There's the Jurassic Park one. That one is awesome. I'm really considering collecting these. And then they have the Nun. What is this? A pink elephant skeleton? That is crazy. $7. And right next to him, there's a rat skeleton. I like that one. $7 as well. That's pretty cool. Here's some new cups. That is awesome. Ghostface with blood splatters. $25. And it looks like a big pop can. That is cool. Comes with a red straw. And there's a Deadpool one. I like this though. The green toxic cup with dripping green slime. $13, not bad. This one says poison and it's bedazzled. And this one is black, glittery, and bubbly or something. That is unique. For $15, there's a spider on it. That's really weird. I like that. Over here they have the Scrub Daddies. Scrub Mommies, actually. Those are Spirit Halloween branded with the creepy clown. I'm definitely gonna get some of those. And look, they have a ton of the plush from Five Nights at Freddy's. How awesome. A bunch of them here. Tons of them. There's Freddy. And there's one pink Ghostface. Very cool. 35 doll hairs. Oh, there's more pink Ghostface down there. And here's the mini Ghostface. That one is $18. Not bad. But still no Dr. Squatch Spirit Halloween soaps. We're looking for them. We'll find them soon. Alright guys, that's Spirit Halloween in Beachwood, Ohio. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.